Hey, what's up, fam? What was weird is this episode of Radiance seemed way smaller than the others, even though it's obviously the normal time length. I don't know, something about it just seemed much smaller, like I said, and shorter. It went by a lot faster than what I expected. And it's weird because I watched it twice. I watched it once just to watch it, and then watched the second time to get the screenshots that I wanted. But both times it felt so much more brief than any of the other episodes I watched this week. I mean, you could really kind of. I think it's because you can get most of the scenes very easily, and so it just kind of like ran a very clear cut course in some of the parts. You see Seth not being able to use his abilities over Fantasia properly. He hasn't figured out that whole reason that he's kind of hindering himself without realizing it by wearing the gloves. Where Yaga's like, you know what, fine. He puts on these black silver gloves, and it makes it so he can't really do anything at all, and that's just kind of could be the part of the progress be. And that portion, even though he can't even take him off because he'll get electrocuted, and when he's recuperating from everything, he's like trying to figure stuff out. Doc comes over and says, he's like, hey, Seth Melly, we gotta go. Uh, we've been summoned, and I remember Lord Majesty, and I don't remember what the last one I'm missing in there. Super Yellow Cat guy. I'm trying to remember what the third thing is. Anything. Somebody will correct me in the comments. Whenever it's something like that, I always forget one part. Like he could have a 10-word name, I would get 9 and then forget the last one, and then I could say it again. Remember the one that I missed, but somehow forget another one. Just like I do that all the time. But he's like, hey, you guys have the highest debt that we've ever had in Artemis, so we're gonna need you guys to work it off. And I know I said I wasn't gonna mention anything that's different in the anime to the manga anymore because they've pretty much decided they're gonna do their own thing at this point. This part happened, but in a different way. So if you want to check out the manga, just remember that when you go read it. Just a little interesting bit to go over. I actually need to go pick up volume 2 at the store at some point. But anyway, when while they're out kind of cleaning, Seth is like using one like little broom to like clean down an area, whereas Melly's she could use magic properly because she's not unknowingly gimping herself, and she just making all these brooms and like mops, kind of like clean up the area. Whereas they see the Bravely Quartet from the first few episodes. I was going to say first episode, or in the case if it was the first chapter, then it'd be easier. But they decided to turn the first chapter into 2.5 episodes. I don't even know why. But they show up, and something pretty funny that they reveal is like their kind of secret trump card to their whole like uniform set is that their underwear is made from the same like magic conduit material that other magic items are made, like the gloves, so they can actually use spells out of with just their underwear, which is pretty funny because obviously in their world they need specific kind of conducting items to use Fantasia in order to use magic, but they kind of saw through that because obviously if you get disarmed, unless they strip you fully naked, then you're gonna have something to make an escape, which I thought was it's a pretty good comedic bit, but at the same time, it's smart on their character. Like, yeah, you can just imagine, like, okay, these guys capture you. They take off your clothes because they think maybe he's got some form of tool on him, to make an escape or something. But they probably wouldn't think that they're underwear because it's such a goofy idea. Only like some dummies like these would think about it. So that was cool. I actually like that. The only way I could see it being like more like secret, you just revealed my trap card, as if his beard was fake, and that guy's beard is actually like some form of cosplay beard that's made out of that same material as well. That'd be pretty funny. But when that happens, they're like trying to get into a fight because they kind of showed up. It looks like to steal stuff. Melly jumped in to stop them. They get in like a small scuffle. Melly has been learning her own offensive magic because obviously the nice Melly is more support and defensive, where the very mean like malicious Melly is more like straight offensive magic. They have a really interesting kind of coined personality of way they're fighting, which I think is pretty nice. one side is good at one thing, one side's good at the other, and you got eventually I imagine they're going to try and figure out how to switch, or maybe their personalities will merge together. Could be something pretty cool for her character. I don't know if oh no I know far enough in the manga to know that they haven't done anything crazy like that, but the anime's doing its own thing, so who the heck knows? Whereas then obviously we get a really nice character moment with Seth when the dude's like, you have to be powerful in this world, even regardless if you're using it to do whatever. If you're not powerful, somebody more powerful will come and takes whatever you have if they feel like it. But Seth's like, yeah, I want to be strong because obviously it makes sense when you say it like that. He's like, yeah, I want to be strong, but when I get strong, I'm not gonna use my power like you guys. Obviously, they use it in more of a criminal way. They're kind of like more of petty bandits, a little bit more of petty bandits. They're not like pure evil. They're kind of like Jesse and James and Meowth kind of level. They're just like, yeah, you guys are bad, but it's not like you're pure evil. It's more like you guys are just kind of jerks. But when they get in a more of a fight, they're able to kind of think through them. And Millie once kind of straight off knocks out two of the four, where Seth goes in and then opening goes and attacks the old guy, I forget his name, with just pure physical attacks, where Melly was able to make her opening go in and hit him. But it's in that time that the old guy's like, you guys are not paying attention, you're dumb, grabs Melly, he uses her as a hostage, but Mr. Boobry, the little, I don't even know what to call that pet. I don't even know what kind of creature that is. Goes and attacks and starts pecking at the old dude's eyes. He almost dies when he falls off the edge, but Seth goes to, grab a broom to save him, even though he knows that he was told if he takes off those gauntlets, then he will get, he'll pretty much get cut off from Yaga's teachings. He's like, well, if you're not going to follow my training, then I don't need you. You can get out of here. He's like, well, even though Seth knows that that's the case, he's not going to let this dude just, fall to his death and die. He goes and saves him. And luckily, Yaga's like, oh, obviously in a situation like that, it's better that you save somebody rather than, well, my training is more important than that guy's life. And no, so that was a good character moment for him. Two good character moments. So you got to see him have a good kind of personality defining trait in that he's just like, I'm not gonna, even when I get powerful, I'm not gonna be like you guys. And then also at the same time, you see him just wanting to save and help people. For just like a normal dude, they're not really evil. I think he recognizes that they're just jerks and goes and helps them. So it's pretty all right episode. Not a great episode. I'm happy to see that he's gotten past the whole kind of crippling that he did by wearing those gloves. So to see where he kind of goes in the future episodes, I'll be more kind of interested in. This episode was just like going through some pretty easy emotions, knowing the character is going to figure out how he gets past this kind of pull down on his powers. And oh yeah, I shouldn't be wearing these gloves. Okay, cool. Now things will work out a lot better. And I'm hoping that they continue the next arc like they do in the manga. I won't spoil, but I'll just say it's a good arc. But anyway, that's it for this review. Leave a comment what you think of this in the description. Thumbs up and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And check out my other videos, this manga and anime stuff. And if you're subscribed already, thank you. But otherwise, appreciate everyone for listening.